Very good morning, students. Let us start the second chapter from the textbook, and the name of the chapter is Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. This is what his autobiography, and he had shared a few experiences from his autobiography, A Long Walk to Freedom. A very famous freedom fighter from South Africa, just like in our country, we take the name of Mahatma Gandhi, Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, or the different names, Lala Lajpat Rai, Tilak, various names are coming. In the same way, in the history of South Africa, this name is having an immense importance. So here, in this small chapter, the writer was to convey, the writer has given an account before the liberation what happened and after the liberation what happened. It means actually what was the condition? One system is given there. Apartheid system is given. Apartheid system means a kind of a political system which separates people according to their race. It's a kind of a discrimination. That such kind of the system was there, apartheid system, which separate a kind of a political system which separates people on the basis of their race, a kind of a discrimination. So here the writer talks in this short extract. The writer has given account of his education, his after that his childhood education. He's almost 30 lives in the prison, which is spent on some infamous island. The way that he had been tortured by the white people, and later on, after getting an independence, so the way that he started, he took an oath, the swearing ceremony, and the way that he took the oath, that the way that he decided to lead South Africa, he is considered, it means he is the first black president of South Africa. So that's why his name is having an immense importance, because before that, before his becoming a president, before coming in power, that he was in the jail, almost half of the life that he had spent there, behind the bars or in the jail. So that's why he knew very well what is the importance of freedom for the human life, right? He himself was being tortured by the white people. He himself was the victim of this discrimination, of this segregation, of the discrimination, racial, whites and the black people. It means how the blacks that they were being tortured by the whites. So this thing is given, and the way that he fought for the people of his country, especially black people, to get the independence, to give them their own rights, it means to give the rights to live the life as a human being. So for that he fought. And now when the lesson starts, that time the lesson starts from the swearing in ceremony, oath taking ceremony as the first black president of South Africa. The lesson starts. So before starting the lesson, let us have a look at the characters. The major are the only one major character here in this short extract, right? But here some more characters we have to see. For example, first one is Nelson Mandela. The character we know very well, especially the first black president of South Africa. Spent almost so many years, almost 30 years on some infamous island, and he fought for the rights of the people, especially black people. Next coming Zenani, his daughter of Nelson Mandela. Always accompanied with his father, always she accompanied very close to, it means her father. She was very close to her father. So when the oath-taking swearing in ceremony was going on, that time also she was present there. She accompanied everywhere to her father. Next character is coming, Thabo Mbeki. This Thabo Mbeki, he became the first deputy president of South Africa. And on the same day, on 10th May, he took the swear, it means oath. Next coming, Mr. De Klerk. He is sworn as the second deputy president of South Africa. Mr. De Klerk, that he became second deputy president of South Africa. So this is what the list of the characters, but major characters, this is what Nelson Mandela that we have to discuss here. Especially the way that he had been tortured by the white people after gaining independence, that the way that he fought for the rights, especially gaining the equal rights for the black people in South Africa. He fought for the black people because they were not being considered as the human being even. They were not able to it means enjoy their freedom. So that's why that he entered there in almost politics, that he started the leading the next generation. When the lesson starts, that time the inauguration, for example, we start with the inauguration, and that was almost the 10th May, dawned bright and clear. It means the dawn, it means morning was bright and clear. 10th May, on that day, inauguration's specially ceremony was going to take place. It means the oath-taking ceremony, swearing in ceremony was going to take place. So that's why this day, this 10th May, this day is considered as an autumn day. Autumn means we are not going to the nature or any season. No. Here autumn day means what? Because this is a very important day in the history of South Africa. Because first time, one man, it means the man who is black, first time the black president was going to come in the power. First black president was coming in the power, plus the black government was going to form. So that's why this movement is very crucial for them. The people that they were looking for the future, bright future, the people who had been tortured so far, now that they anticipated, that they had been anticipating something change in the future in the form of this man, Nelson Mandela, going to become the first black president of South Africa. Next, 10th May, and that time, before swearing in ceremony, that he had been besieged. Besieged means surrounded. He had been surrounded by the large gathering. It means the dignitaries all around the world, from all the nations, the dignitaries, the leaders, political leaders, that they came to meet him, that they besieged him. For what? To congratulate him, to commend his efforts, that they wanted to witness this movement, this change on the soil of South Africa. What changed? First time, a kind of a democratic government, non-racial government was going to establish. So they wanted to witness this movement. So that's why the political leaders from all over the world, that they present there, that place. And this ceremony specially was going to take place, this witness swearing ceremony, on the sandstone amphitheatre in a Union Building in Pretoria. Well, amphitheatre means a kind of open place, no roof, nothing. A kind of large, such a big one, just like the ground. So that place, this oath taking or the swearing in ceremony was going to take place in Pretoria or the sandstone amphitheatre. So before that, he also said that such kind of, it means he thanked to all the world leaders, each and everything. And when actual, and this is what the installation, they wanted to, why the world leaders that they were present there, present at that place, they witnessed, they wanted to witness, they came on the soil of South Africa, because first time in that means in the history of South Africa, there was an installation of the first democratic government plus non-racial government, because before that only the whites people, that they reigned, that they tortured the blacks people, they discriminated, a kind of a apartheid system was existed on the soil of South Africa. Apartheid, I told you already, system means what? A kind of a political system, a kind of a discrimination on the basis of race, on the basis of colors, white, black. This is what the white man, black, white people, black people. So this kind of the discrimination. So next point, the swearing in ceremony started. Already I told you this question, short question, that why 10th May is considered as an autumn day in the history of South Africa. The reason is not season something, autumn season. No, here because we have to show here that what is the importance of this day in the history of South Africa. First time a kind of a democratic government was going to establish, a kind of a non-racial government without any kind of the discrimination. Such a democratic government was going to install. So that's why this day is considered as an autumn day in the history of South Africa. Coming to another point, the swearing in ceremony. Now Nelson Mandela, he was accompanied at the time by his daughter, and the name of the daughter is given. What is the name of the daughter? Zenani. Right? Zenani is the name of the daughter. She also accompanied because she was very close to her father. First of all, when this swearing in ceremony started, oath taking ceremony started, first came, that is D. Clark, and we know that D. Clark. Second, first he is sworn the second deputy president of South Africa. Next, after him, Mbeki, that Thabo Mbeki, he is sworn in as the first deputy president of South Africa. It means first sworn deputy president, and next coming first deputy president. And now that was the turn of Nelson Mandela to take or to swear as the first black president of South Africa. When his turn came, he sworn in as the black first president, and at that time he pledged, who pledged? Nelson Mandela pledged to obey the rules and uphold the constitution, uphold the constitution for the sake of people, to give them their rights, their personal rights, each and every, to establish the peace, equality on the soil of South Africa. As well as he also sworn that to work, to sacrifice himself for the well-being of the people of South Africa. When he sworn in as the first president or the president of South Africa, at that time he took pledge that to obey the rules, regulations, and uphold the constitutions for each and every man of South Africa, and to work to sacrifice the whole life for the well-being of the people, to set them free from the poverty, deprivation, and sufferings. Right? He pledged to set the people, to emancipate the people from poverty, deprivation and suffering, and to form such kind of the government. And he's announced in front of the leaders, all the world leaders, that it means few weeks ago, few days ago, we are considered as an outlaws, OUT-LAWS. Why we are considered as an outlaws? Because no importance was there. We were not given any kind of the importance at the international level. Why? Due to such a kind of the apartheid system, such kind of the political system, which was based on the discrimination. So that's why world was not ready to make any kind of the contract to continue the relationship with us, with South Africa. The world leaders were not interested it means to make the contact or the agreement or the pact with South African government. Why? The government was not based on equality. It was a kind of a discrimination, it means discriminating government. So he clearly stated there that a few weeks ago we were considered as an outlaw, but now with it means right now that we are taking oath, I take oath to establish, to maintain the peace, justice, equality especially on this soil of South Africa. Now, and he also remembered those, and he told them, he recalled in his speech, he recalled each and everything. What did he say in his speech? That it is in this present moment, it means this freedom which we got now, today we are free, it means this is the moment which we got, and for that we have to pay a lot, not in the form of money but in the form of lives, thousands of lives that we have to lost there. For example, he quoted one statement, an extraordinary human disaster. That was an extraordinary human disaster. So what is meant by extraordinary human disasters? Maybe we could say so many people, thousands of people, just like in our country, that they sacrificed their lives. They put down their lives for the sake of South Africa, for the sake of their rights. In fighting, it means in this battle against the white people, against this apartheid system, that they put down their lives, and the result of their blood and as the result of their sacrifice, now see, today we have become independent now. We have got the freedom and we have installed such a government which is devoid any kind of the discrimination, not giving importance to the race or the colors, nothing. So this is what the sum of all those people who sacrificed their lives. This is the fruit, this is the result. So extraordinary human disasters means we have sacrificed thousands of lives, people in fighting in this battle. Later on, the writer says, or Nelson Mandela, that this is the common victory. Later on that we have got this common victory. This is not my own victory. I am going to become, I sworn in as the first black president. It doesn't mean that it means the credit goes to me. No. That it is a common victory to all of us. That, and so that's why now onwards we are going to establish on the soil of South Africa that the peace, the atmosphere of peace, everybody should get the equal rights, peace, justice and human dignity. Everyone should get an opportunity to live his life with respect, with dignity. No one would be tortured. No one would be exploited in the name of race, in the name of colors or the religion or anything. No exploitation would be there. All are equal. So in this manner that we will try to establish the peace, integrity, justice, and we will try to give the life, such a life we will try to give the citizens to live with dignity. So after his speech, and he said that never shall, for example, the sunset would be there. For example, on the next page, the writer says, never and never again shall it be that beautiful land will again experience such kind of the apartheid system. Never shall the sunset would be there. Or sunset would be there, right? From this democracy would not be disappear later on. So the next movement is coming. Display of the military power by the Jets. After this swearing in ceremony, then that was suddenly that they noticed there was an array. There was almost later on they lifted their eyes and they saw that there was a spectacular array of the jets in the sky. The South African military jets that they started demonstrating. They gave the demonstration in the form of different colors. Maybe the green color, blue color, it means different colors which were in their flags that they created, that they formed a kind of a South African flag in the sky. Almost that it is a kind of a tribute, it is a kind of honor for the democracy that they were going to pay the tribute, that they were going to give the respect to this new government, to this new non-racial government, all the military or the defense sectors with the help of jets. After that, that he honored, for example, Nelson Mandela, he honored the higher British, it means officials, British officials, maybe the police officials, military officials, when he was giving, and they saluted him. To whom? Nelson Mandela. The highest military officer, that he saluted Nelson Mandela. And at that time Nelson Mandela recalled one thing. Which thing that he recalled? He remembered the same officer, the same guards, the same police officer, military officers, once upon a time that I had been arrested by them. They would have arrested me. The same officer which saluted me right now. The same officer that he would have arrested me, that he would have tortured, it means me there, and now see the result. The same officer, now he saluted me, and this is the result of our sacrifice. This is the result of our, it means the way that we did our deeds, our struggle. So many people that who put down their lives, and this is the sum of all those efforts. Now the people are giving the respect that they considered, that they wanted to come with us, with our democracy, such this equal which we are going to establish now. They install now such a government that they want to come with us. So that's why it's a kind of a tribute by the defense sector, by the defense forces. He considered. He recalled that moment with the same British officer that he would have tortured me, that he would have arrested me, all these things. But now see the controversy, see the situation. The same officer is saluting me. That he recalled. After that, after this, it means demonstration of the jets or the militaries or all the defense sectors, two national anthems sung at the same time. That they played the two national anthem, and the reason, the question is coming, why did they play the two national anthem at the same time? The question is there, what is the reason behind playing the two national anthem at the same time? Because actually Nelson Mandela belongs to the black people. It means he was becoming, or he became the first black president of South Africa. So why the two national anthems then? Already Nelson Mandela clarified each and everything. That I am the first black president, it doesn't mean that we will ignore the white people. We are going to establish the equality. We want to establish the peace, integrity, Each and every citizen of this country, we want to give the life of dignity, respect. So that's why two national anthems played at the same time, one for the white people, whites, and another for the blacks, right? Though they do not, blacks each other do not understand the language. When the national anthem was being played, they do not understand the meaning. The language was different, but it doesn't matter. It means doesn't matter. Later on in their life, that they would learn what is the meaning of those words, etc. It would be familiar with them. So the reason behind playing two national anthems, that they wanted to establish the equality. The white people, they should not feel something different or the inferior, they should not feel. So that's why, to install the equality, that he played the two national anthem in that ceremony. So this is what we have seen, the introduction, the starting of this chapter, right, and the remaining portion of this chapter, remaining points that we will discuss in the next video. So that's all from me. Thank you.